It is the Ring General, Ryan Everett. What's going on, man?
Not much. Yeah, big. As again, we did it for WrestleMania, the McIntyre Gunther Sheamus match, and now we're picking it back up in that rivalry.
I got some beef with you, man. I said 5 stars, match of the weekend, and you said fat chance. And hey, man, it was my match of the weekend.
You had that. I didn't know, if they'd get enough time to do it, but no, they packed it in, and it was great. One of the best triple threat matches ever.
Yeah, it was. It was just absolutely epic. Now we are here 6 months, half a year later, 5-6 months later, and Drew has not had a match since, besides this Monday night where he had the match with Ludwig Kaiser. So he is well rested to go in there and have an absolute barn burner with Gunther, and I expect no less. Right off the bat, the hard-hitting questions, right? First being, what are the chances Gunther gets slayed by Drew McIntyre?
I don't see it happening, but I am wondering how far is Gunther from Honky Tonk Man's record?
I want to say
gotta be close, right?
September. I want to say September, mid-September, definitely October. I want to say September, and I'm pretty sure he's going to pass Savage at or around WrestleMania.
Right, yeah, because Savage was about 2 weeks less than Honky.
Yeah.
Because Honky won it beginning of June, and Gunther was like the end of June last year, right?
Yeah, June 10th. I only know that because it was Landon's birthday. So
okay.
June 10th, 2022. So do the math. About that. And the Honky Tonk Man, I don't know. What do you think? Do you want him to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record? I'm getting a little. He doesn't need it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think they could always say, the Honky Tonk Man's still the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time if they want. And, I mean, personally, I think there were plenty of people better than him, but
of course.
The record is long.
The gimmick was the heat. That was
he's
the prototype. He was the prototype of the chicken shit heel.
That you wanted to see get beat. Yeah, definitely.
The vulnerable chicken shit heel that could lose to anyone.
Yeah.
So, I don't think Gunther needs it. Gunther is going to be like The Rock. He's going to lose the Intercontinental Champion, and then he's going to win the World Championship.
Oh, yeah, especially the way Raw's set up right now. I mean, I could see him being the #1 contender at whatever the next pay-per-view is. I can't keep up with the name changes and only having one a month, but
Payback.
Whatever it is.
Payback.
Oh, Payback. Okay. Payback for SummerSlam now. It's no longer the Payback to WrestleMania.
Payback for SummerSlam. And after that, we are in the fast lane to Survivor Series.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. I will be at Survivor Series also.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a home game for me, so nice and easy.
Big 4 Ryan Everett is going to have to return that. So we've talked. There's not much to talk here. Let's talk Drew McIntyre real quick, right? So let's talk Drew contract. By the time we are at Survivor Series, well, you, Ryan Everett, in Chicago, Illinois for Survivor Series, will Drew McIntyre be there as a WWE contracted superstar?
I think so. Yeah, I think just the fact that he's coming back. I know they said he didn't renew. I think he will. Being given this time off, I think it's kind of let him. I don't think they were going to bring him back if they don't at least have a verbal agreement from him. Maybe it's not all ironed out, but I think they have an idea of what's going to happen next with them.
Yes. So I think it's just the dot in the I's, crossing the T's, maybe moving a comma, maybe adding a 0, maybe giving us maybe taking away an extra few dates, stuff like that. I think our hands are shaking. I think our hands are still warm. I just think we need to kind of finish it up before we get there. I can't really see him outside of of the WWE, umbrella. Let's say.
Yeah, I mean, he would be. Yeah, AEW doesn't. He could work that style, but I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think for him
What
it's
do they
not.
do with him? I don't like. Well, could they? Like, could
He'd be
they?
a giant there. I
He
mean,
would be a giant there,
he's a
but like,
giant in WWF, but like with Gunther, they're similar sized guys. Like,
yeah, like, and
big,
he's athletic enough to go in there. Like, for instance, if he goes to AEW, he could easily go in there and have athletic matches with Cesaro.
oh
But
yeah,
would they stick him in the Cesaro role as the Ring of Honor champion? Like, what are we doing? Like,
yeah. I don't know what. I'm still confused by the Ring of Honor
yeah.
dis- distinctions they have.
I think that he's got unfinished business. I think that he needs to
Yeah,
resign, and then he needs to turn him full heel. And that's why I think that he can take a loss here to a Gunther and be fine, because I don't think babyface is in his future. I think bitter heel out to prove it. Like, literally, I'm out to prove to be that
yeah,
heel to the backstage. Like, it should be me type of thing. I think he peaked as a babyface in Cardiff last year. I think it was an excellent moment. He delivered on the big stage. I love that match with Roman. They
yeah,
gave him a little protection with the solo, but that wasn't about him. His moment was walking out there in his kilt and his sword and just getting embraced by those fans. That was his
yeah. The
moment.
hero's welcome
The
it
hero's
was the
welcome.
conquering hero returns. Even though he didn't win, but he's still.
Yeah. So there's plenty left for Drew McIntyre to do. I think that one day he will get his WrestleMania moment. I just think it might be on the heel side of things. So I think it's very interesting to throw him here in a mid-card title, even though these titles have a lot more shine and prestige on them than they did, say, even this time last year with Gunther
Yeah.
winning it, not even being on the SummerSlam card. So I still wouldn't rule out like Drew perhaps winning just to shock us, because as we said earlier, I don't necessarily think that Gunther needs to beat the Honky Tonk Man. And I kind of want the Honky Tonk Man to beat it just selfishly because I dig the Honky Tonk Man, but I love Gunther and he is so above the Intercontinental Championship at this time. I think his reign will go down as a legendary one, like we mentioned earlier, like Savage elevating him right to the top.
Yeah.
Hart losing and going right to the top. I think he's going to be like that definition of an Intercontinental Champion, a springboard to the
Yeah,
top.
I could definitely see that. I mean, him fighting Rollins, I could see definitely eventually. Him and Cody
Yep,
interacted at the Rumble, so I'm sure they're still
that's
going to
money
have
all day right
unfinished
there.
business.
Mhm. They haven't even looked at each other since. So
Right?
that's
Yeah.
Triple H knows that he's got the ace up his sleeve there. All right, so now let's talk the Intercontinental Championship before we get out of here. I think we're both picking Gunther here. I think that you figured that out, but
Yeah.
we've talked Gunther's reign. Who's ending Gunther's reign as we know it?
I mean, looking at the Raw roster, like he won it from Ricochet, correct?
What's that?
He won it from Ricochet, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so I mean, he's a guy I'd still like to see get back in it, but I mean, I guess they haven't really fought too much since then, so you could always
Yeah.
come back around to him. Oh man,
The Raw roster's deep. There's two names that stick out to me like a sore thumb. So the first being it's Judgment Day season, right? We got Dom
yeah,
Mysterio. He has a prop. It's the North American Championship. Finn Balor, he could easily go and defeat a Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, perhaps. That's a prop. Rhea Ripley is the world heavyweight or the W. What I think it's the world
the
heavyweight.
Raw Women's Champ.
The Raw Women's. I think it's the world. But we'll go with the Raw Women's Champion for the foreseeable future. Actually,
Yes,
SmackDown was Women's Champion, but we'll forget again. Forget about
yeah,
that.
that's true. Yeah,
He's
they
the
didn't
world
have
champ.
the belt hand up as usual.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, all those people have pieces, luggage. They have luggage. They have eye candy. They have shoulder candy. Whatever. Damian Priest has a briefcase.
Yeah,
If they want to complete the Judgment Day, last preview I said, hey, why don't Damian Priest go win the NXT title? Because they're lurking around NXT and it's a safe way to get the belt off Carmelo.
yeah, and they have established that
Yes.
it's that Money in the Bank could be for a secondary title last year with Theory.
The whole theory nonsense. So
Yeah,
Damian Priest, same size. It wouldn't necessarily be a the worst thing if he went out there, and it wouldn't be so damaging to Gunther to have Gunther go out there and lose the Intercontinental Champion by a nefarious heel stealing it from him. And perhaps Finn Balor is your champion. Maybe Imperium is babyface for the time. The ring is sacred. They have babyface values. Your Judgment
We've
Day
cut down on
partner,
the Nazi themes that they had earlier, so that helps with their
your Judgment Day partner stole my title.
Yeah.
I'm going up and stealing the big title. You know what I mean? So Gunther could win the title at Survivor Series, so to speak. So we have Judgment Day and Imperium in War Games, and I'm just spitting.
Yeah, it could be. You never know.
Never know. But the other one is my personal favorite. He's a guy that doesn't win much, and he's the ultimate underdog. Not Johnny Gargano, Chad Gable.
Oh.
Just go in there, have
they have a tag match with Imperium, and
slow burn it.
Gunther could take out
Yeah.
Otis maybe and kind of set that up.
Start garnishing some wins. They seem to be. He's always on TV the last 2 years.
Yeah, he is really.
Oh,
they
and
do
he
get
doesn't win many matches. I could easily see like a 1-2-3 kid shocking Razor Ramon scenario where, hopefully he doesn't get a concussion mid-match, but something like that with a shocking victory just after Gunther breaks the Honky Tonk Man's record. And honestly, you lose to Chad Gable, he's still fine. Chad Gable is a well-respected guy, and Gunther can lose. He's
and then he could the next week just start focusing on the world title.
Yes.
I mean, no one would be like, "Oh, well, he lost to Chad Gable." No, people forget about that pretty easily.
Yeah, and it's credible, and I think it do a lot of goodwill with the Smarks, even though the Smarks seem to love Gunther anyways, as do we. So, all right, well, we'll see next time we get you on for a Gunther match if it will be for the Intercontinental.
Still IC champ, yeah.
Yeah, or perhaps we are doing Gunther versus Finn Balor for your hometown Survivor Series.
For the Survivor Series main event.
Yes. So, all right, Ryan. What is the podcast you do with your wife?
It is With This Ring, and this year we kind of pivoted to just run down 1998 pay-per-views. So we just watched, and it just posted a couple days ago, Fully Loaded 98, our review of that.
Perfect. So you can go back. Fully Loaded 98 is October?
July.
Oh.
July. Right. It's the Kane and Mankind versus Undertaker in Austin.
So if you're into marriage or 1998 WWF pay-per-views,
basically the same thing.
You can start at January and work your way to July.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, Ryan. Well, it was a blast as always, and I will see you.
Yep.
Detroit,
Rock City.
All right, brother. Catch you on the next one, buddy.
All right. See ya.